We've been getting a lot of comments about like our socks.
My hip just
And
popped.
also like weird, like someone commented the other day, and I feel bad, I should comment back, but someone was like, I need to know where her pants are from, and I'm like, how can you even tell how they fit me? I'm like,
You're
literally, like,
gatekeeping.
yeah, I'm
Are
gatekeeping,
you a gatekeeper
obviously.
with fashion?
Yeah, not everybody needs to wear the same shit.
I hate people who are gatekeepers.
No, I don't gatekeep. I'm very anti gatekeeping. However, I just thought it was like strange because it's like, well, this is how I was sitting. I'm like, how do
Yeah.
you even know what these pants fit like?
Yeah.
And then like people commenting like nice socks. Like
I'm like, what's wrong with the socks?
it's got to be like a weird foot fetish thing.
I also feel like,
Oh, also someone commented earlier, I don't remember what platform it was on, but talking shit about you because you had your like pants tucked into your socks one day.
they weren't tucked into my socks. Those were probably just my skinny jeans.
Probably, yeah. But anyway, someone was like, because I didn't even check. I was like, okay, weird comment, but whatever.
Yeah, like go fucking worry about yourself.
Literally.
I would never tuck my pants into my socks. Also, I feel like when people do ask me where I get something from, it sounds like I'm gatekeeping, but I'm not. Because I always, like, whenever I get compliments on something, it's like some random vintage thing that I get at like a thrift store or
Yeah.
like a flea market situation. And I'm always like, oh, these are like vintage. Like, they're like, and people are always like, I just feel weird saying that.
Sounds like
Because,
you're being like shady, but you're
yeah, I'm like,
like,
they're not from like Target or
yeah,
something. I'm like, they're one of a kind, babe.
yeah,
Unfortunately, like, it is what it is.
it's couture. Um, no, but the only reason I haven't commented back to that girl is because I have to like pull out my pants and like check them and figure out what
What pants
style
were
they
they?
are.
If you're
They're
listening,
I got them at Aritzia, and I don't even remember, I don't remember the brand name or what fit they are, but I like have to check so I can comment and like give accurate information, but I'm a lazy fucking sack of shit, so I haven't. And it's on a video that I think that got a few comments, and so I'm like, I don't really want to like go find it.
she'll survive. She'll be fine.
Just go
She's
search the
happy.
Aritzia website if you're
Yeah.
listening. Love you, Diva. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to gatekeep.
Apologies, babe.
Um, hi.
Hi, baby girls.
Welcome back to Hot and Bothered. I'm Cedar Champ.
I'm Christopher Bruno.
And on this podcast, we talk about everything that we find hot as fuck.
And everything that bothers the absolute shit out of us.
Don't take our advice on anything.
We have minimal life experience.
No credentials.
And did we already say don't take anything we say too seriously?
No, we didn't say that part
Don't
yet.
take anything we say too seriously.
Yeah, second that. Yeah.
What's going on today, girls?
What is going on today?
We are cruising into summer. We
Do
are.
we have any hot
We
topics?
don't
like
really have any hot topics today.
Has anything happened in the news cycle?
In the media lately.
There was a full moon on my birthday, which was kind of a slay. I didn't do anything to work with the moon magic or whatever the fuck that is. So
this lady that I work with was saying that when there's a full moon, you need to stand naked in front of your bedroom window and stare at the moon and do your manifestations.
That sounds like a really great way to get your house broken into.
And I was just like, you fully made that up.
Wait, can I tell you something that I think about sometimes that I saw on the internet? Somebody was talking about, I want to try and sound smart and say like socioeconomics, but I don't know if that's like the right way to use that word. But somebody was talking about like how in neighborhoods with less money, more people have their blinds closed, have their curtains drawn, so on and so forth. But in neighborhoods with more money, even if like the homes are just as accessible as the other neighborhoods, more people have curtains open, blinds open, whatever. And it's like a weird like status symbol kind of, but unintentionally. But
it's also just like a mindset.
Yeah, but I've been thinking about that a lot lately because I've always been the type where I'm like, yeah, people could very easily like look up into my windows.
My shades, my blinds, my curtains are always open.
No, mine too.
Always.
And I should be more careful about that because I am a woman like living alone. And like, so like as soon as the sun sets, I like probably should be like closing something, but I'm also like, no.
It ruins the vibe. Like when all my blinds are shut, I'm like, I'm in a like dungeon. I'm in like some sort of cell. And my
Right.
windows
No,
are
I feel
always
the same
open
way.
too.
Well, and I have like my blackout curtains literally cover the entire wall that my windows are on. And so it's like when I have those closed, it literally is a dungeon in
I
here.
kind of need that. I need a blackout curtain moment.
You've been saying that since you moved into your
I
apartment.
know, but I'm like lazy.
Yeah.
And I also kind of don't want them because I don't condone sleeping in.
I am very pro sleeping in.
I actually did sleep in today and woke up at 9:30.
I love that. I'm still catching up on sleep from the weekend. I like actually over the past week completely fucked my sleep schedule. Like
Wait, tell the girlies about your birthday weekend.
I literally had 2 nights of being up until 6 o'clock in the morning and one of until like 7:30 in the morning or something insane like that. And I'm like, what the fuck even happened? Um,
That is so crazy.
the birthday weekend was a sleigh. It kind of started accidentally on. It was one night you were over here. It was the last time we recorded, and I like had a few beers and didn't want to be alone, so I invited this guy over that I've been seeing, and we actually just like sat on my couch and listened to music and like snorted things.
That's so beautiful and wholesome.
How much detail are we willing to give about drug use on this podcast? Like we talk about ketamine, right?
I think that we don't need to post things on social media about drugs.
But we can talk about ketamine.
Yeah, it's
Everybody,
natural.
yeah, and also it's like
It's you were doing ketamine therapy.
medical
It was
purposes
administered to you by a doctor.
by a doctor. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we sat on my couch, did ketamine until 6 o'clock in the morning, and then he owns a like meditation brand that has a studio in LA, and so he sent me and a friend there on my birthday to do a breathwork class, which was one of the most insane experiences I've ever fucking had. And I'm not going to give a lot of detail because it's like too long. But like my friend that I was with literally described it as being hooked up to a car battery. And that's literally what it felt like. It's so insane.
Is that
Um,
like cathartic though at the end of it?
yeah, it was like there were like a few things that came to my brain during the process that like were huge revelations for me.
Like what?
And I just said I
Well,
wasn't.
no. We don't have to. We don't have to get into it. I don't know why I asked that.
I'll give you more detail later.
Okay.
Um,
We'll take it offline.
yeah. Anyway, so and that was really cool. Like at the end, I was like laughing to myself, like what the fuck was that? And then like also like cried a few tears because I was just
Mhm.
like that was crazy, but also amazing. And I like couldn't drive afterwards. I like had to take a walk and like relax before I could get behind the wheel. Anyway, so then
Were you like? How did you feel? Like anxious? Did you feel like
no, not at all anxious.
happy?
Like you feel exhausted.
Like how many calories are you burning in that?
Probably a lot. Like a
Yeah.
lot. I felt good. I just
Did
like
you sweat?
I kind of just wanted to like stare at a wall. I got so my friend that I was with said he got really cold and I actually got really hot. And
I
so
wonder what
I
that.
was like
Yeah.
sweating and then like afterwards I got really cold cuz like my sweat was like drying on me.
Mhm.
And I was so glad cuz I wore like athletic wear to the class and I was like maybe this is overkill, but I was like so glad that I did. So I did that and then I immediately came home, got ready, and then we went out in West Hollywood. And then once again, I was out. I actually, after the breathwork class, we walked to the beach in Venice and watched the sunset in Venice.
It's so wholesome and beautiful.
And then after me being done being a degenerate, I asked the person I was with to drive me home at 6 in the morning. And then we drove to Santa Monica and parked at the beach and watched the sunrise. And I was like, full circle. That was gorgeous.
That's so beautiful.
So
From
gorgeous.
sunset to sunrise, baby.
Uh-huh.
So good.
Yeah. And then I went out again on Saturday night with some other friends and went to an afters. I almost got sex trafficked. Did I tell you about that?
No, you texted it to me and you told me that you had to tell me the next time I saw you. I think.
Should I get into that story?
Yeah.
Okay. So I went to this afters that was in downtown LA because that's usually where they are. And it was a vibe, but like my vibe was kind of put off getting in there. So I didn't really want to be there for too long because it took us a while to get there and like whatever.
Like you're kind of over it, like on your way there.
Yeah, pretty much. And so it could have been really fun. I just didn't like allow it to be. And I left not long after getting there because my other friend was ready to leave as well. And So it was like, it's just like a typical like warehouse downtown LA afters. And it was in like the produce district, which didn't even know that that was a fucking thing. But anyway, so we walk out of the club, and when we were going in, there were hot dog vendors, street dog vendors, and I was like, I need a fucking street dog. We come out, and they've all already closed because it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and so I was like, well, maybe let's just like walk down the block and see if there are any others. And we were like walking toward an area where there's like literally produce being delivered. There's
Mm-hmm.
people out, like the street lights are on, and it was still dark out, but the street lights were on, and there was like people around, so it wasn't super sketchy. And it was like obviously still sketchy because it's downtown LA at night. And so we're like standing on the corner. There aren't any vendors, so we're just waiting for our Uber to come. And this girl was like walking behind us, and we heard her talking, saying like her friend's car got broken into. And then when we stopped walking, she like came up to us, and she was like, hi, like, I'm so sorry, I got separated from my friends. And she was like, you two seem safe, is it okay if I just like stand here for a minute while I like figure out like what to do? And we were like, yeah, totally, like we're just on the corner, like under a street light, like not a big deal. And she was like, she was like young and normal, and she was like, I have my friends' phones, but I don't know the password, so I like can't call anyone. And we're like, okay,
Where's
well,
her
like,
phone?
she said her phone got stolen when she got into the venue. Like, like someone plucked it from her pocket. And so she was like,
I would have been like, no, you stole those phones.
probably.
Yeah.
But she seemed normal, and it's also like it's shitty being put in that position because like as a woman with standing with another woman, when another woman comes up to you and is like
Mm-hmm.
needing help, it
It's
can be
you're
sketchy, but
yeah.
also it's like women need to protect women.
Yeah,
So
you're
like,
like, we're in this together, babe.
so she's like, can I just like stand here, blah 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 blah. And then she's like, yeah, my friend drove us here, and like her car is parked here. I just can't remember exactly where it's parked, but I think I could find it.
The car that got broken into, her phone got stolen. She lost all
Mm-hmm.
her friends,
And she has her friend's phone but doesn't have the password.
and she does, which I would be like, babe, what?
Yeah. So I said to her, I was like, okay, well, we could walk down the block this direction to see if we can figure out if you know where you're going in terms of finding your friend's car, but we can't walk any farther than that because we're waiting for our Uber, which like obviously was just an excuse, but the direction I suggested was like in the direction of all the people, the street lights, like
More
more safe.
civilization.
And she's like, okay, okay. And but then she was like, but I think it's parked this way, and then points the direction of like,
It's like a black hole that way, and then like the city this way. Yeah.
exactly. And so
Were
I
you with
was
a man
like,
or a woman?
what?
Were you with a guy or a
I
girl?
was with a girl. And so it was like, okay, well, I was like, well, we can walk a little bit and see if it looks familiar, and if it doesn't, then we'll turn around. And she was like, yeah, like it's just like a little sketchy, like I don't want to be alone, blah 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 blah. So we walked a little bit down the block in the other direction, but there were streetlights up until like halfway down the block. What?
Did she have the keys to this said broken into car?
I don't think so, but I think she was hoping her friends would be there. Yeah. And so we start walking down the block, and then as soon as like we get to the point where like the street lights are going to end, I was like, no, we're not walking any farther, we're turning around. And then everyone was like, okay. And then like we turn around and walk back to where we came from.
And she hit you over the head with the pan?
And no. One thing I forgot to mention was when we were walking into the afters, it was going to be like $30 a person to get in. And like this guy that had already gotten in leaned over the fence, and he was like, hey, like we were able to only have to pay $15 because we mentioned these names going in. So like, and he had like them written down in a notes app. And so I didn't do anything. I was being useless. And then everyone else was talking to the people, and we ended up getting in for free or something. And so anyway, fast forward, we're walking down the block with this girl. I'm like, streetlights cut off. We're not walking any farther. I'm not doing that. We turn back around. And no, what I actually said was, if your friend was a woman and she drove you here, she did not park in a dark, secluded area. We're turning around.
Yeah.
And so we turn around, we get back to the corner, and then lo and behold, she gets a phone call. And like she turned her phone away from me and then answers the phone. And then she's like, oh, okay, like, yeah, okay, I'll just walk back toward the club then, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, and then she goes to put her phone away, and like I could see that like she hadn't been on the phone. And she was like,
Wait. Oh, fuck no.
yeah,
I would be like, girl, I would run back to that club and like stand by the bouncers and be like, get this girl away from me.
yeah. It was like, I mean, thankfully at that point she was like excusing herself because she
Yeah.
realized she wasn't going to be able to fucking traffic us.
Yeah.
But it gets worse.
The phone was
So,
actually ringing though.
yes. Well, actually, no, I don't know, because when she went to answer the phone, she tried to turn it away from me, but it was like I could see on the screen, it was like on the screen where you are going to type in your passcode.
Okay, so it wasn't ringing.
So it wasn't ringing. But also, when somebody is calling you, if you swipe up, then it takes you to that screen to enter your passcode in. So I was like, that was my first thoughts in the moment when it was happening. I was like, well, that could have been what it was, but like we're in a safe space right now, so like let's see how this
Mm-hmm.
plays out. So then when she goes to hang up the phone, she like turns her screen away from me, and like very obviously too. And then she was like, "Oh my god, my friends just called me." Oh, another thing was that when we'd walk back to the corner from the dark alley, I asked her, like, did you search the inside of the club, like, for your friends? And she was like, no, I think that like someone just plucked my phone out of my, like, she wouldn't answer the question. She kept like turning the question back to like her phone
Were
being
you looking for your
stolen.
friends? No, my phone got stolen.
Yeah.
Like, babe, where were
Yeah.
your friends?
Yeah. And so then she's like, okay, my friends just called. I'm just going to go back to the club and like try and find them over there. And I was like, what you should have been doing in the fucking first
Yeah.
place?
Like,
Like,
why are you
okay.
walking yourself into a dark alley?
So then she's like pretending like she's clueless. She asked us, she's like, it's just down this block, right? And we were like, yeah, that's where we came from. Yeah. And then so she starts walking away. And I didn't see this part, but the friend that I was with did. Apparently, as she was walking back toward the club, she like either like high fived or like fist bumped or something the guy that initially was like, oh, you can get in for only $15 if you say these names. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? But she was like a young, like early 20s something, like skinny little, like she was like shorter than me, like just like a little thing.
Like, why would she have fist bumped him?
Probably because they were trafficking people together.
Or like, but okay, obviously, yes, if they're trafficking people together. But if she fist bumped him, then that means they obviously like had built a rapport with one another. You know.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't she have?
Maybe it was like, the end of like a sports game when like you lose, but you still have to like high five the other team. Maybe it's like that vibe.
Yeah. Like, oh, I didn't sex traffic anyone, but I tried.
I tried.
Yeah, thank you. So she just disappeared into the night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her.
Mm-mm. It was really fucking sus. And like,
How many phones was she holding?
I only saw one.
That was her phone that she was pretending she didn't know the passcode to.
Yeah. But I'm also like, even if you have somebody else's phone, you can always, hey Siri, call so and so.
I don't have Siri on my phone like that. But that I didn't know that, but
Or you hold down the lock button and Siri comes up.
oh my goodness.
So it's like,
Not that difficult to get around
if you
it.
needed to make a call from that phone, if you know
That
the
contact is in there.
contacts, yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it was fucking sus, dude. It was really fucking sus. So yeah, and
Never going back there again.
we made it home safely. And I texted my friends that were still there, and I was like, if you leave, leave together. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't go anywhere with anyone
Mm-hmm.
else. Like, it was sus. But anyway, the vibe itself was fun before it like wasn't. And then also like I was so fucking trashy at work on Sunday because I rolled into work, first of all, with a hickey on my neck.
So bad.
Kind of a sleigh. Second of all, the admission stamp from the afters the night before literally said cunt. And I had that like stamped loud and proud on
And
my
you had
hand.
your eyeliner smeared and your hair was a little disheveled and you were just
Mhm.
ready to like be a cunty at work.
Seat tables out
Yes.
at the restaurant while being
Throw
completely
menus at
disheveled.
everyone.
Exactly. Anyway, that was the weekend. That was the birthday. It was a sleigh, and I'm done talking about it
And you
now.
survived sex
And I
trafficking.
survived sex trafficking. Don't get sex trafficked, everybody.
I love that for you. I'm glad you made it here today.
Thank you so much. Me too. Aren't you guys glad that I didn't get trafficked? Would have made for interesting content.
Like, where was she gonna take you?
Where was she gonna take us? I'm sure there was a man with a truck waiting around the corner or something.
You think to like literally kidnap people?
I don't know if that's how it works, but like, I don't know. I feel like if you're kidnapping people, like, you need to select better candidates.
Like people that look like they could be a sex worker already.
Yeah, or like they like
You
probably don't have parents. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
me. But I was literally at I had a blazer on. I was wearing a blazer. You don't sex
You
traffic
wearing a
somebody wearing a
blazer to
blazer.
afters? Yeah.
No, I know. Like, okay.
I wonder what her MO was. Imagine if everything she was saying was true.
I have no idea. But like,
We should find her. Did you get a name?
no, and I'm don't ever want to think about that person again because it was weird.
If I had a first name, I would be able to find her in 2 seconds.
I know you would. You fucking creep. Let's talk about something else now. How was your weekend? Cannot disclose.
I can't disclose. I mean, it's nothing interesting. We blacked out on Friday together.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was in town. That was really cute. We had a wholesome little weekend. I did like an insane like shopping haul,
Love.
which is something that I don't do. I was literally walking up and down Rodeo Drive like I was Sarah Jessica Parker.
So good.
Like I was just like buying everything I looked at.
What's the girl's name in Pretty Woman?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Which was weird because that's like not me. Like I don't shop like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I have my basics. I like what I like, and I'm a little
Mhm.
cartoon character with everything that I wear. But I was like, I'm feeling frisky today,
Slay.
and it was gorgeous.
I love a shopping spree moment.
It was really scary. And then that was that. Nothing to report here, girls. Nothing to
Slay.
report here.
Okay. Are you hot? Are you bothered?
You know, I'm gonna say I'm hot this week. I am hot this week.
Okay.
But I was
It's been
bothered.
decided.
I was bothered. This is what I always fucking do. Like I'm always bothered by something, and then it like
You turn it. You
and
take
then
a
I turn
negative.
it
You turn it into a positive.
yeah. Imagine what a concept. So as you girls know, since everyone knows everything about my life, like I just feel like I've been doing like a lot of traveling lately. I've been doing like a lot of things. I feel like I haven't really had like a lot of time for myself, and
Mhm.
I've been extremely bothered by that, where I just feel like I'm like living my life for everyone around me. Like I'm
Yeah.
like going on trips for people, going on trips with people. I'm like saying yes to things because I just feel like I'm obligated to say yes to things. I've just been doing like a lot lately, and I haven't really had time to like check in with myself in a
Mhm.
way. Um that's why I was bothered, because I felt like I was like overcompensating in that department and not really focusing on like myself.
Yeah.
And so I basically like canceled all of my summer plans. Like I had some trips planned and like little things here and there. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I am going to stay in LA this summer, and I'm going to reconnect with myself. I'm so fucking gay.
I'm kind of obsessed with
Like
this.
I've been feeling disconnected from myself mentally, emotionally, like with work, with like I don't even know, just like with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I had all these things planned that I was like, okay, Chris, like why are we doing this? Like envision what this is going to look like, envision like how this is going to make you feel. Obviously it was all like fun and going to be like a good time and blah 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 blah, but I was like, I really think that I need to like take this summer, live here, have no plans. Like I don't even want to have any fucking weekend plans. Like
Yeah.
I just want to, cuz I feel like for the past like 2 or 3 months I've had something every single fucking weekend.
Yeah.
Like every single weekend. And I'm like, I don't really have anything for the foreseeable future, and I want to like take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And I want to like recharge and get my shit back in order. So I was like, I'm not doing anything this summer. I'm gonna stay in LA. I'm gonna get my shit together. I'm going to prioritize myself. I
Mm-hmm.
promise I didn't have like a mental breakdown like during this process. It was actually just like a random thought that I had in the shower, and I was like, fuck.
Just a healthy
Yeah, and I was
revelation.
like, fuck, like I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to like LA is nice in the summer. Like there's like it's always quiet, quieter. Like it's not
Yeah.
quiet, but like
And it usually like it takes a while before it's like extremely hot here.
yeah.
And the weather is so nice here. Like,
Yeah, so I was just like, I'm gonna just chill here. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm not gonna like beat myself up for not having some like extravagant plans.
yeah.
And I'm going to set some new goals for myself,
Love.
like in a few different departments of life, and I'm gonna just like focus on me for a second.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know.
I feel like that's such a slay because I think that like we need to, especially us people that live in LA, like let's romanticize LA summers.
Exactly. Like the other day, yesterday actually, I was like I was working when I was like driving to a house, and like the street was just so beautiful, the palm trees, it was like sunny as fuck, and I was just like,
Hmm.
I don't want to leave this summer. Like I want to
No.
just stay here and like enjoy it and like take my time and
Yeah.
just like be calm and like not worry about things, because I do feel like when I go on a trip, it like there's so much lead up to the
Hmm.
trip. It's like, oh, I have to go shopping, I have to like plan this, I have to do that, like, and then when you come back, it's like, oh, I need a fucking week to recover from this vacation.
Yeah.
And then like it takes me like, if I go somewhere for 2 days, if I like go visit my parents, or if I go to New York for 2 weeks, whatever it may be, it still takes me like literally a week to adjust back into my life.
No,
If
absolutely.
I have to pack a bag, if it's a fucking overnight bag, like it will take me a week to get my shit back
Yeah.
together once I'm back home.
Yeah, and that's the worst too because it's like as much fun as you can have like on whatever trip you're taking, like even if you're going on a vacation with friends or whatever, like there is obviously like the lead up to it where like you're doing your laundry, you're getting your to-do list done, like blah 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 blah, you're handling your packing whatever. And then you come home and then it's like first of all you're fucking exhausted. So like you have all this shit to do because now you have to do laundry again, you have to do XYZ, but then you're exhausted. So you like drop your shit at your front
Mhm.
door and then you like
Takes me a week to unpack, takes me a week to clean my apartment,
but
takes me
it's
a
like
week to get back into
but
my
it's like even worse
workout
than that
routine,
because
my
it's like
work routine.
you drop your shit at the front door, you fucking like crawl into your couch or into your bed or wherever and like relax. And then it's like, okay, now you're getting ready for bed. You need to like find your fucking like makeup remover and then you have to unpack half of your bag, but you don't have the energy to put everything away. So everything is literally just like
Mhm.
strewn about your home. And it's like, and then you live in chaos for like a week until
Yeah,
you're rested enough to be able to process. Like,
exactly.
it's a mess. Like, it's truly a mess.
It's a disaster. I usually am really good about unpacking immediately when I get home,
I'm
because I'm
so
like,
jealous.
because I'm just OCD and psychotic, but lately
Yeah.
I've been so bad because I'm like, I'm not putting the suitcase away because it takes me 3 minutes to get it out of this closet. So it's going to be my nightstand for the next 5 days until I
Mm-hmm.
leave again. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like that whole week I just feel like I'm like so gross.
Yeah.
But no, that's gonna be me this summer. If anyone's in LA and wants to hang out with me, don't contact me, but I can maybe give you some good recommendations. I'm just gonna be extremely tan, and like I just want to like listen to music and drink water.
Yeah. And
Like I
like
don't know,
drive around in the sun with your windows down, maybe a pool once or twice, maybe a beach once or twice. And then like,
once or twice a week, bitch.
oh, I didn't realize we were frequenting that often. I don't go to the beach that often.
Okay, I had a summer actually a couple years ago where I went to the beach like 3 times a day, or 3 times a day. Fucking
I was
idiot.
gonna say,
3 times a week. And looking back at it, I was like, that was like one of the best summers I've ever had.
yeah.
Like I don't know what it is. Like I would like to identify as like a beach boy, like because I think that that's kind of like hot and chic at the same time. But
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not. But then I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I am.
Yeah. I for some reason just never go to the beach. And like literally
The
I'm
thing about, sorry to cut you off, going to the
mm-hmm.
beach in LA is it is a fucking haul and a chore and a
Mm-hmm.
nightmare.
Okay, that's the thing. That's what I was just about to say. I never go to the beach, but I live 15 minutes from it. And also I work in Santa Monica. So I work 3 minutes from the beach. and I still never go. But then again, it's like also I don't really care to go to the beach in Santa Monica
Yeah.
or
No.
in Venice. Like if I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to the beach, I want to go to like a nice beach.
I have a really good secret spot and I'm gonna gatekeep it and
Oh,
when we get off no,
did
I'm kidding.
oh
It's like kind of it's like in Marina Del Rey. I don't
yeah,
know what the fuck it's called, but it's like so flat, so gorgeous, so clean. It's never crowded, but there's always people there. There's
yeah,
like really nice houses. It's like not too far south and it's not Venice. It's like south of Venice.
yeah.
Yeah, like south of whatever the fuck those whatever, I don't know. Um and it's gorgeous. We should go one day.
Okay, love her.
It's really good.
Yeah, we should go.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
That's going to be me all summer. I'm going to be so fucking tan.
I should make a practice like make an active effort to like go to the beach more, but also I can't deal with like the sand when you come home and it's like on your shoes and like
Mhm.
then you have to like shake out your
Vacuum.
blankets
Your
before
car is
and
a
like
mess for 3 weeks.
yeah, and it's like if somebody has a nice pool they want to invite me to, I'll go sit by the
Yeah.
pool. I would much rather sit by a pool than a
But then
beach.
again, we're going to lean into it. It's my fucking Beach Boy summer.
So true.
And that's it. My brat
So
Beach Boy
true.
summer.
Obsessed with that.
That's going to be me.
Obsessed.
I love it.
And it should be.
I'm excited.
No, I'm really excited for you. It sounds lovely.
I'm going to be gone every weekend.
Probably. You
Literally
will.
going to be gone every single
You
weekend.
totally will, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm wondering how long it's going to take before the pendulum swings back the other way because it's like obviously, and this has been a trend probably building for like the past 10-ish years, but everybody has to like summer somewhere, which like obviously that's always been a rich people thing, but now it's like trickling down into like all
I feel like everyone goes somewhere in summer, kind of.
yeah, yeah, but it's like now there I feel like there's a lot of especially with like the influence of social media and stuff like that,
Mhm.
there's a lot of pressure to like go somewhere cool. Like you have to go to Europe. Like if you're cool, you like go spend literally a month in Europe over the
Yeah.
summer and I know a million people that do that and I'm just like, okay. And I'm wondering how long it's going to take before like the pendulum swings and it becomes like cool to like be too cool for that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't think I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that the pendulum will ever really swing that way.
I don't know if it will either. It's
Just
just a thought
because it's
experiment.
yes, yes, but just because like everyone like loves travel and everyone needs to travel and everyone needs
Yeah, and
like
it's like
to
good for you
experience
and
some
like
culture, but
yeah.
like um I don't know. I'm not gonna give myself like a hard time about it. Also, like hate me, and I know that we like talk shit about vacations and stuff, and like people get mad at me for saying things about going on vacation, et cetera, et cetera. But like, there's a fucking difference in the made up world that I live in. There's a difference between a trip and a vacation.
Absolutely.
Have we talked about this before?
Um I don't
I don't
know.
think so on here.
Did we ever do like a did we ever like clear up what we were talking about in that clip and like what our intentions were in that clip that like people got mad about?
I mean, I said what I said.
Yeah, but like did we talk about it? No, and I said it. But yeah, did we ever talk about it on here?
I don't know. What did we? I said not spending money on vacation is ghetto.
Yeah. No, but like I took the words out of your mouth actually because you said it before we were recording and I said you just can't be cheap on vacation. But that's the thing. 'Cause, like people are like, well, like not everybody can afford to travel like luxuriously and like I would rather fly Spirit and then like eat a lot of good food while I'm there. And I'm like that's not the fucking point.
That's not the
That's
point.
not the point.
Like, yeah, I'm guilty of like, oh, I'm not gonna fly first class. I'm gonna like, I'd rather spend that $4,500
On
on
something else
on a
or
something
or
else.
maybe I'll take the flight that's at an inconvenient time because it's
Yeah,
cheaper.
there's a
Like
difference between being cheap on vacation and being like a smart traveler.
yeah. And also, even then, like, even if you are going to be cheap on vacation, then if you are traveling with other people who are also cheap on vacation, then you're not really being cheap on vacation. Like, you travel, like, the point was to not limit yourself and enjoy yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. The point was just to like, I feel like we've all been on vacation with someone who's like complaining about shit or that's like,
Or, like, everybody wants to do something,
and
but
then
they
there's
end up
that
not
one.
being able to do it because of that one
Yeah.
person, and you don't
Yeah.
want to leave that
And
one
it's such a
person out.
buzzkill and it's like or there's like people that are complaining about like the bill at dinner, and it's like,
Yeah.
just fucking chill. Like,
Yeah.
just order whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like
So if that's not your lifestyle, then just don't travel with people that like are going to like spend that way, or like,
just don't be that person.
don't inconvenience other people just
Mhm.
because like you are cheap.
Yeah.
That was kind of the point. But also like there's a difference between trips and vacations. So
Yes.
like if
That's
you
where
and
I
I
was just thinking
like
of that.
I feel like if you and I were to like go somewhere, I would consider that like a trip. Like if it was just you and I. Like we could go somewhere and like I
Okay,
actually
what is your define trip versus vacation, and then I will.
okay, so like when I go to Arizona to see my family, that's just a trip.
Okay.
Like when I like if I'm ever like traveling somewhere and I'm not expecting to like lounge at a beach or something like that, and if I'm with a small group, like one or two other people, that's probably just a trip. But then if I'm like going somewhere cool, like probably a beach involved, if I'm with like a group of people, that's a vacation. That's how I would define it in my head.
My definition of trip versus vacation is like, if I'm going on a trip, it's like it's like work.
Mhm.
No, not work as in like I'm typing on a computer. It's like a lot of it's like
Responsibilities.
a lot of effort, a lot of planning,
Yeah.
a lot of like there's an itinerary, there's an agenda, there's like things that we have to do. There's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to be in this country for 2 days, and then we're going to get on a plane or train, and we're going to be here for 4 days, and then we're going to go over here. Like, that is a trip. It's like, that is
There's
like,
work
there's a
involved.
lot of work. A vacation, bitch. I am
Clocked out.
I am in a robe in the hotel room until 1 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm at the beach, at the pool, chilling.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Ordering room
yeah, a
service.
vacation is like I wouldn't consider like,
Like a vacation is to relax and unwind.
yes, and a trip is like kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go do like neither like are bad, like, but I
Yeah.
feel like a trip is like, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna like learn something, I'm gonna
Yeah.
experience something new, which you can do on a vacation as well, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, it's, you have more of like an agenda and like shit you're seeking out,
Mhm.
and like you have more of a checklist, and then a vacation is like, no, I'm gonna go be a vegetable
Yeah.
and like kick my fucking feet up.
I'm aligned on that. And also like I guess the only like difference in like what I had, or the only like whatever, like I wouldn't go on a vacation with a group of people if I knew that there needed to be like schedules and itineraries. Like
Mm-hmm.
that then yeah, that wouldn't be a vacation.
Yeah.
Like I'm relaxing and I'm like letting loose.
You can go on a vacation with people, and you can go on a trip with people. Yeah.
Yes,
I feel like
yes.
it just depends. Like, if someone's like, oh, like, I automatically know the difference. Like, I can immediately clock the difference when someone invites me somewhere outside of Los Angeles. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's going to be a trip.
Yeah.
Like, I already know it.
But it's also like it also like circles back around to like just travel with people who you are compatible with.
Yeah.
Like with people
Yeah.
who travel the way that you do.
I mean, I can do both, but like, it's just, I'm not,
Yeah, but
I feel like also like going to Europe this summer would be like a trip, and I don't
yeah.
have the energy for that.
Yeah.
Nor, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like
Do we make ourselves clear,
I'm
girls?
so glad we cleared that up. Now
Does
everybody
anyone else
knows
agree?
the difference between trips and
I feel like
vacations.
people think that though. No, I feel like
No, I
that's
think
like,
so too. But there was a lot of hot like debate in the comment section on our videos because someone was defending us and they were saying they said vacation. You're talking like these other people in the comments were talking about trips, and it's like because all these people were like, well, I actually get to take X amount of vacations a year because I like save money on my vacation, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, that's not the point. If you're enjoying yourself and you're saving money and you're not affecting
yeah. I
anybody
also
else's
feel like people just
experience.
like go on these. I'm gonna get annihilated for this, but like, I would never go somewhere just to go somewhere to say that I went somewhere. Like, if I'm gonna go somewhere that I want to go to, like, I'm gonna do it big, and like, I want to enjoy myself, and
Yeah.
like, I would never go somewhere just to like cross it off my fucking list.
Yep. now that we've talked about this for 20 fucking minutes, I want to say one last clarifying statement.
Mm-hmm.
The point of it was, if you are not having as much fun as you could and you're limiting your experience because you're scared of money, then
Just act like you're
don't
not.
do that.
Yeah.
And the point was, like, if you have fun and don't spend a lot of money and you're smart about money and you are cheap or you save money and you're with people who are the same way, and so you're not also limiting their experience, then there's nothing wrong with taking a cheap trip. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But don't not enjoy yourself and don't affect other people's experience just because of your budget or your financial
And I mean, it
situation.
also goes the other way. It also goes the other
Absolutely.
way completely. Like,
Yeah.
if you're the kind of person who's like, oh, like, I'm bougie, like, I need to go stay at, you know, the fucking Waldorf or whatever, and your friends invite you and you know that they're not like that, don't go and be a fucking dick and ruin
Yeah.
their entire trip just because, like, what they want to do is not up to your standards.
No, absolutely. Completely aligned. Be aware of who you're with. That's the point. So, did you get it all out?
No.
Okay.
Are you hot or are you bothered? Moving on to the next topic of conversation tonight.
Yeah, mine's a bit more slutty.
Oh.
I'm hot this week because I feel like I accidentally manifested this in a way. And for some reason, the manifestation just came to fruition because of our social media. But literally, long time ago, episodes ago, we talked about like how annoying it is when like people like try to skip past foreplay or don't indulge enough in foreplay and just try to like, this is like such a weird transition in conversations.
Who
We're talking
gives a
about
fuck?
finances on vacation, and now I'm like,
Yeah, we're
when
giving you,
someone's
we're your travel agents. Hello, welcome. And now we
and
are
all your
your
sex therapists.
therapists.
Anyway, so we were talking about that, and that was a long time ago, but then we like, what was it, like a week, 2 weeks ago, we just posted the clips of that on social media. And randomly enough, recently I met somebody that I'm dating very casually, which is an enjoyable experience. But like, he's very, I said this to you earlier and I like hate this word. I feel like I could find a better word, but like, he's very like sensual. And so like,
You have to like, you can be fucking creepy and disgusting. I also feel like that word has like a gross connotation to it.
yeah,
But like, you have to be, you can be with someone who you are not into and they can be sensual and you're just not into it. But like,
yeah,
when it's mutual or you're
yeah,
attracted to them and if like the vibe is right, then there's like nothing better.
yeah, 1000%. But it like, there's a lot of like kissing and a lot of like just touching in general, like cuddling, like skin on skin contact, like back massages, like foot rubs, like that kind of thing. And all of this is
Like
like
a lot of physical touch.
a lot of physical touch, but all of this is taking place like without it being followed immediately by the pressure or expectation to have sex, which is
Yeah.
like a gorgeous experience.
Yes.
Because like, when you're with somebody and the only time like physical contact is initiated is when they're trying to fuck you.
Like when sex is implied or expected or
Yeah,
yeah.
then it like makes that like touch and that contact like less,
It like cheapens it.
yeah, it's like less exciting. It's less
Feels
like,
transactional.
yeah. And so it's just like, okay, you only came over here to cuddle with me because you're about to try and take my pants off.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, so I've been seeing this person, and I'm like 12 years old. He left me a hickey the other day.
I would someone hickeys are no.
I'm not mad about it because
No.
first of all, I really like having my neck kissed. Second of all, I have makeup and I'm good at
And
it, so
hair
I can
that you can
cover it
cover
up.
it with.
Exactly. And I'm
I have
fully
none of those.
unbothered by it. But also, I posted a rant about this the other day on Snapchat. Like, I dislike, I've come to the conclusion just recently actually, and I dislike the fact that like hickeys are perceived as like trashy and like gross, and they are.
I'm like, they are.
They are, but at the same time, it's like, okay, sue me because
Like, we got a little too
somebody.
ahead of ourselves, girls.
Okay, but like sue me because somebody liked me enough that they wanted to like suck on my fucking neck. Like,
This is really interesting because I have a lot to say about this.
okay, like it's literally like somebody showing affection to another person, and
If
then we're
someone
like,
that you
that's
weren't
bad.
attracted to gave you a hickey, maybe just people that I haven't liked have given me hickeys.
Yeah, where did that come from?
What?
Like, I was having this conversation about hickeys under the expectation that like this is somebody you're engaging in like consensual behaviors with. And then you're like, well,
Okay.
somebody I didn't fucking like gave me a hickey, and it's like,
We don't need to get
um,
too deeply into it, but I had a recent experience with someone that like it just wasn't like it was just a weird sexual encounter.
yeah,
And all this guy wanted to do was like give me a fucking hickey.
annoying. Well,
And
that's
and I
annoying.
was like, "Bro, like fuck off. Like
Yeah,
I like if you fucking leave a mark on my neck, like I will beat your fucking ass. Like
yeah,
don't fucking wake up the next morning, lo and behold, my whole fucking neck is bruised." And I was like you like that's rude and
yeah,
annoying.
yeah,
Anyway, I'm sorry. We have totally different experiences. I don't mean to be a buzzkill.
yeah. I'm sorry that that happened to you.
Whatever.
But also, yeah, there is that like element of like some people do it intentionally, and like some people do it because they like want to mark their territory or like whatever it is, and like that's annoying. But it's like when you're just like wrapped up in the moment and it happens. But also, you have to think about it from the perspective of like seeing other people with a hickey. Because if I see somebody with a hickey, I'm like,
I'm
that's so
immediately
trashy.
yeah. I'm like
But it's it makes me sad that we think that way because it's like it's literally like somebody was like receiving affection or love or attention from another person, and like we've turned that into like a
I
negative
guess it
thing.
depends how you wear the hickey.
But also it's like what it boils down to is just the way that our society like views sex, and it's
Correct.
shameful and it's wrong, and like we're sinning and like whatever. So like that's definitely where that like mentality comes from, but I think that we should change that. And also, if we're truly and honestly going to like commit to participating in a brat summer, then let's normalize hickeys. Chris
Yeah.
is like, please shut the
I don't
fuck up,
want I'm not
Cedar.
going to be partaking in that part of Brat Summer,
You
but
don't have,
yes.
you don't have to,
Yeah.
lover. You
Also,
don't
I
have
was
to.
annoyed because like that person was like actively trying to like in my instance was like actively trying to like mark their
Yeah, and
territory,
that's
and I was like,
disgusting.
I'm not your territory.
Yeah.
I don't owe you anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't really even want to be here right now.
Yeah.
So I said no. Like whatever. I don't know. I'm in my feelings today, you guys.
Okay, so well, now that we've taken this conversation in this direction, let me share the way that my brain works, and like this is all a positive experience because I'm having like really enjoyable physical interactions with a person, which is a sleigh, right? Um and that's all I've ever wanted. But my brain is so fucking sick and twisted that like there's part of me that's like, this person saw those clips. This person saw us on our social media talking about how like we should dry hump and we should like do all of this foreplay activity, and
Is
in
like, oh, I know what she likes.
and then in the caption I literally said something about hickeys, and now I'm getting dry humped and I've received a hickey, and
But this person that you're also engaging with seems like the
like that type
person
of
who would
person.
do that.
Yeah.
And he seems like the type of person whose Instagram feed would not understand the algorithm would not populate our podcast information.
No, this is cute actually because, and I've been meaning to tell you this because on our first date he was like, "Oh, I checked out your podcast Instagram." And I was like fear washed over my face. I'm like,
That's like literally my worst
"No,
nightmare.
literally."
I'm
And
like, okay.
literally I was like, "What did
I'm
you
like, no, you
see?"
didn't. That wasn't me. I have a
Like
twin.
he starts laughing. He's like, "What did I see?" I was like, "What did you see?" And he was like, I was expecting him to like give me context as to like what clips
Yeah.
he watched. And he was like, "I saw two friends having fun and like talking shit." And I was like, "Cute. That was a really good
So what did
answer."
you
So
see?
what did you
What
fucking
did you
see? What
see?
did you see?
Yes.
What he saw was a clip of me saying that I think we should all be dry humping, and kissing each other's necks, and then what I got was
Well,
being
baby,
dry humped.
ask and you
And
shall receive. What's
I
the fucking
I
harm
either
in that?
I either manifested it, or I have a
You have
maybe
found your
potentially slightly
lover,
manipulative individual on my hands.
or he's your lover.
Or he's my lover.
L-
Did you see that TikTok recently?
About
Oh my God. Somebody was like, you don't have a situationship, you have a lover. Like, not every like fling or like romantic situation
wait,
needs to be labeled.
Is this a TikTok that's out there, or is it one of ours?
No, it's a TikTok that's
Oh,
out there.
okay.
And it's like, it was just this person saying like, you don't have to label every relationship as like something that needs to be like long lasting and whatever. But if you're like sleeping with somebody and you like them, like, let's go European on it. Like, that's your lover. And I'm like, slay.
Just calling them your lover.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't, that doesn't have to be like your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your
It's your lover.
situationship. That's your lover.
Oh my God, I'm gonna
That's
implement that.
that's the person you're
I'm adding
sleeping
that to
with.
my summer notes. Hold on, you
Oh,
guys.
that's so good.
Hold on, I'm adding this to my summer notes. I'm not gonna tell you the other ones. Lover.
Chris is gatekeeping his summer notes.
Bitch, they're personal. I actually read them out to you.
Not
Anyway.
that personal.
Um.
So I have a lover. I first of all, I do have both. I have a situationship and I have a lover, and I'm obsessed with that.
Send me that TikTok because I want
If
to
I
see
can find it again. It was really good though. I was like, no, that's a great way to look at it, because like people in Europe are never being like,
Oh, like I'm in a situationship.
well,
They're
and
like,
it's like sometimes when you're just like casually sleeping with somebody and you enjoy their company, like that doesn't, like, that's your lover.
mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed with that.
I feel like it's hard to have like friends with benefits or like a lover as a gay man.
I can imagine. I feel like it would be easier to have a lover. They're kind of the same thing.
Wait, what did I say?
Friends with benefits.
Yeah, that's like the same thing.
Kind of the same thing.
Lover, friends with benefits,
Yeah.
situationship. It's like whatever you want to classify it as.
Yeah.
Just feel like there's so many people out there for the gays, and it's like we all know what the MO is, that it's just like if half a thing goes wrong, it's like I can find another one.
Yeah.
And then you just get into that rhythm of like bouncing.
Yeah. On dicks.
Exactly.
Disgusting.
Um
So let's romanticize friends with benefits and situationships and call them lovers. And yeah, also another thing that I really enjoy is like I told you this earlier too. Like skin on skin contact. Like I want nothing more
you were
than
like getting
to like
horny right here right now.
No, this was my fucking topic. What do you mean?
You're like skin on skin contact.
I'm hanging up the phone.
Okay, tell me.
No, I'm over you.
I want to
I'm
know.
like so over you.
Me too. I'm over myself.
Skin on skin contact is like obsessed with it. Like if we are like gonna be cuddling, I like need to feel
be
your
naked.
skin. Yeah, and I don't even need to have my pants off. What I need is for both of us to have our shirts off. I need to feel your chest against my back as I'm being little spoon. And that is also something I'm receiving from this individual. I'm like literally like a fucking baby. I'm like, I need, what do they call it when the baby's born and you have to do like
Fuck, like oh god, what's it called? I know. I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then
We need
like
to act.
and then the dad does it, so the dad will take his shirt off and then like hold the baby. Yeah, that's me. I'm the baby. And I need everyone to take their shirts off and hold me.
We can
No,
make
but
that
it's a
happen
sleigh.
this summer.
I'm enjoying it. I don't know how long this person's gonna be in my life, but I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
Just ride it out. Just ride the wave.
No, that's fully my plan. And it's so good.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I need to go on a few more dates now though, because I feel like I'm like
You're like, I'm just down to 2.
no, and I'm like I'm having fun with these ones. I did slut myself out a little bit this weekend. I did have fun with these ones, but I'm also like I think there's room for one more. And I would like that. I would like one more. And then like I have like the stable, healthy friends with benefits where we're like really good friends. Now I have a lover. So now I need like
situationship,
which I announced a few weeks ago. He was my situationship.
okay, those are all like synonymous.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But that's why I'm hot this week, because I have a lover and I'm getting back rubs and I'm getting
God, that must be nice.
Yeah. It's lovely. It's fucking heavenly. I'm obsessed with it. And he listens to me when I speak.
God, he deserves a fucking award right there,
I
huh?
know.
Good
I
for
know.
him.
Okay. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Do you have anything else you want the girls to know before we leave?
I have a lot for them to know, but we'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay. Um, wait, I do want to tell everybody one thing, and that is that Chris and I are officially and formally trading blowjobs for Spotify and Apple podcasts ratings and reviews. So leave us a review if you want your dick sucked, and
We can make that
give us
happen.
5 stars and follow us on Instagram, Hot and Bothered the Pod. We also, apparently I was wrong about the dates last time. We still have t-shirts and sweatshirts for like 10 more days. I don't know. Whatever. Figure it out. What's your homework?
The homework for this week is going to be don't get sex trafficked.
Don't do that.
I don't know. My topic was kind of lame. What
Go to the beach this summer.
just have a chill summer. Like don't feel stressed out and obligated to do shit.
But also be a little ratchet. Like get
The
a
thing
little.
is though, I don't want to be ratchet this
Well,
summer.
you don't have to be, but
Like I
everybody else
literally
should
want to be
be.
so fucking wholesome. I want to like read a book.
That's
Next week I'm
not
going to
my
be like in
vibe.
jail, watch. Like, bitch.
Okay, so go to the beach and read a book. Do not get sex trafficked. And okay, if we're this is full circle. Love it. If we're romanticizing an LA summer instead of a Euro summer, then let's bring a little bit of Europe into LA
And
and
get a
let's have a lover.
lover.
Okay, love you.
Love
Talk to you soon. Have a
you.
great week.